Happy Friday, everyone. It is Annie. It is Golden Sun, the Lost Age. And today we have a huge, but fun stream for today because we're finally going to get into doing some huge super dungeon today. We are going to enter the next lighthouse. So last time we entered Lemuria, we spoke with King Hydros and Conservato, and we learned that the world of Weird is shrinking to the point where, as long as alchemy is not completely lit via the 4 lighthouses, the world will continue to shrink and erode to nothingness unless our plucky group of heroes light the lighthouses and save the world. Quite a change from the first Golden Sun game, but here we are. And I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into the game. Hopefully my controller works. It does not. Okay. This is weird. Okay, that was weird. It just reset, but... Okay, I think we're good now. That was weird. There's something that always happens during these streams. Well, let's see. Okay, we're good to go. So we want to start on this file. Here we are. Actually, where are we at? Oh, okay. We are here. So this is the Ateca continent. This is where our next dungeon is. And last time, I did some off-screening, and there was one more rusted weapon that we could have picked up, and that is all the way at the top, right there. I wanted to save people the opportunity to get up there to save time, so I got the rusty sword from up there, and I went back to Yalom to synthesize it. And the rusty weapon synthesized into this, the Pirate Saber, which is a light blade, and it's probably one of the best weapons for Jenna. It's a fire elemental, and it unleashes the attack Scorpion Fish. So let's equip that to Jenna. I think the music's a bit loud, so I'm gonna lower the volume. Okay. Along with that, we also got another rusty staff, which was refined into the Goblin's Rod, which refined unleashes the ability Sargasso. So let's equip this, see if it's strong enough. Okay, it's a slight upgrade for Shiva, so let's equip that. Also, last time we also got the Hover Jade by trading the Shaman's Rod to Moapa and the Shaman Village, kind of fulfilling the prophecy. And we have the Shaman's Rod ever since the first Golden Sun game, but we finally have something a bit more useful. So the Hover Jade bestows the Hover Synergy. Okay. So this is where we are at right now. And I've docked on the left side of the Ateca continent because I wanted to fill out our ranks here. So there's 2 Jinn I want to pick up, and one of them is on the world map, and it is right here. So let's head all the way to the right of this forest. Let's fight these random battles along the way. How is everyone's week so far? I've had a semi-productive week. It's been fun. Let's see if I could escape from here. We can. So if we head all the way to the end here, we should be able to run into a new friend. And there it is. So let's try out Odyssey. Let's try Serpent Fume. Let's try Shine Plasma. And let's do Diamondberg. That's a really strong attack. Yeah, we've kind of reached the point of the game where a lot of the enemies use strong attacks, including the Djinn. Okay, so we're gonna steal back HP with you. Jenna, you are going to... you can just heal up. And Shiba, try paralyzing it. Then Pierre's attack. Yeah, this Djinn does not play around. But we got it anyway. Felix found the Mars Djinn core. Let's heal up our party members. And let's give Core to Jenna. So Core's ability strikes through an enemy's defense. This works exactly like the Djinn Torch that Garrett had in the first Golden Sun game. So let's set this to Jenna. It boosts her stats. There's no change to abilities. Alright, good. Now let's head back to our ship. Or not. Okay, let's head over a little. And let's use a Sacred Feather. And let me just check my notes really quick. Okay. So I think we could head over now. So in order to get to the next area, we need to take the entrance, which is in between these two landmasses. Take this lake here. So let's head on over. While fighting the enemies at the same time. I think these are weak to fire. Yeah, it might not have been noticeable, but we've gotten really, really powerful the past couple of streams. We're almost level 30, and I feel like even we could take on Isaac and his team at this point. Because Isaac's party in my playthrough was level 32 and level 33. So we rounded out into a nice, formidable team we have here for this game. Now here, we just want to sail along, kind of hugging the edge of this continent. we've gotten so powerful, I feel like we could take on a lot of the enemies here at this point. So keep sailing. And this is where we want to go. So sail around. And I do think that's a dead end. And then take the left path. Keep sailing. And now we're inside, where these spikes blocked our path from the outside. And we want to go in here and then dock with this place, the Ateca Inlet. So here, there isn't really much of anything except talk to these guys. And what appears to be some kind of a wing. Huh. We must be prepared to attach these wings to the sacred vessel. It is said that we will know the time has come when Mount Jupiter is in flames. We made these wings and carried them here just to fulfill a great prophecy. We brought these wings from Contigo, and now we're guarding them. If they were damaged or broken, the prophecy might not have been fulfilled. I wonder if these giant wings will really make it fly. I'd like to see that. Interesting. Okay. Let's enter this place, see if there's anything. Doesn't appear to be anything. Check the barrels. What else is here? Oh. Another rock. So you can go either way. You can go to the left, or you could head on up. There's also a ladder here. So let's cross it. Which leads to a vial, which is not bad. Let's see, can we cyclone the grass here? There's nothing. So head on out. Let's head on over. And we're on the Ateca continent now. And that's a big crater. I wonder what happened here. Well, after we're done with our sightseeing, head into town. Contigo. Do you know anything about a legend about the people who can control the wind and air? No, not really. That was the Animus tribe. They even had the power to fly through the air. The people of Contigo inherited some of their power, and now we rule over Ateca. Interesting. So there is something here. At first glance, it may look like you want to use Cyclone. But in reality, you actually want to use scoop because there is something here. So let's see if we could dig it out. Oh, there's that. Yep. A new friend has joined us. Felix found the Venus Gem salt. And this little guy restores ally status to normal. So he is an all healing status Jin. So let's set him to Felix. And now we have a full set of Jin for our party. Nice. So let's talk to people. The beacon within Jupiter Lighthouse will soon be lit. I know this because of a strange premonition I had 3 years ago. Surely someone will come soon to light the beacon atop the lighthouse. I wonder who she's talking about. My father doesn't approve of the way I look up to Geoglyphs. I wish I could have I wish I could have inherited the power of the Animus. Then I could be a hero. The siblings who inherited the powers of the Animus aren't in Contigo anymore. The younger brother was just a baby when the merchant known as Hammett took him away. Do we know Hammett? The name sounds familiar. The families of children who inherited those powers lived lives of constant suffering. Eventually, they left Contigo to make their fortunes elsewhere. Families of children inherited their powers, lived lives of constant suffering. I'm sorry, I'm just reading that again. Interesting. I'm sure the younger brother, Ivan, must be grown up by now. Is he still with Hammett? Do we know when Ivan... I'm sure the younger brother Ivan must be grown up by now. Is he still with Hammett? Ivan's mother left him in the care of a kindly merchant. She died shortly afterwards. I think she died of sorrow at sending Ivan away. She wanted a better life for him. So it seems we're getting lore on Ivan. Finally. That's really cool. If you want to go get a look at the Animus Geoglyphs, you ought to go to the ruins. The Animus Geoglyphs are the most amazing carvings I've ever seen. Our people have labored for some time to build the wings of the Animus. We built the wings of Animus out of materials we found in the ruins of Animus Sanctum. So if it hasn't been obvious by now, it is really worth it to spend some time talking to the NPCs here and mind read them, because we get a lot of lore for some of the other characters that we know already. So it's really fun. The Animus Geoglyphs show a boat with wings sprouting from its hull. The story goes that these wings can make the boat float in the air. It's hard to believe, but the Animus really did have the power to make ships fly. With the power of Animus is lost, a group will come to light the beacon against darkness. We have thought it was nothing but legend, but it is all coming true. I think Jupiter Lighthouse will be lit soon. I don't know when, but it will happen soon. Let's enter here. This is a sanctum. The real miracle will be if these wings actually make a boat fly. However, I remain open-minded. Hope we could see this miracle of Animus soon. If I see the wings of Animus make a boat fly through the air, I too shall be a believer. I don't have any powers like the Animus did, but my sister, Ori, is different. Whenever my sister furrows her brow like that, strange things happen around here. The power of the Animus is all but gone in Contigo. However, It sometimes happens that a newborn suddenly shows power over the wind. A terrible misfortune fell on the family of its siblings. It's a terrible story. Soon the siblings with the power of the Animus will return and fulfill the legend. It's hot. I want cool wind. Babu Baba. Baby's forehead is furrowed like it's thinking. Babu Bawaba. It sure is drafty in this shabby old house. When the wings of Animus are complete, let's fix the house. Okay, so far this is probably the most interesting town so far we've ever been in, aside from the werewolf village, and to a degree the pirate village. You never know what the dice will do next, so come and give our dice a toss. Drop some cash and double up. High-low dice are over here. Oh. Hey, look. We got some corn. Woot. Our party, too, has been blessed by the corn gods. Yes. So let's give this to Jenna. Okay, enough dicking around. Let's buy some stuff. Okay, so great sword, master rapier, great axe, war mace. These weapons are pretty boring. They're outclassed by all of the artifacts and rusted weapons that we picked up already. So we're just gonna sell some stuff. We're gonna sell the crystal rod. We're gonna sell that antidote. We are not selling the corn. Definitely not. We're gonna sell the, or actually, probably just gonna save money. We're gonna keep the staff on hand. Okay, and that is all well and good. Let's see what artifacts they have. So, silver blade. Again, outmatched. Ninja blade. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these weapons were the endgame weapons for Golden Sun 1, and we already have weapons that far outclass what these weapons bring. Oh yeah, by a long shot. Righteous Mace. Let's see, Crystal Rod. And let's check out armor. I think a lot of the armor too is outclassed by what we currently have already. Knight's Helm. Yeah, unfortunately the shops now at this point are pretty useless. I guess the power of the people of Contigo lost the power they inherited from the Animus tribe. Power of the wind is not all that we lost. We lost much of our culture, as well as the technology to rebuild the ruins. And more people. All the work on the wings mean that our inn is always full. It's a good time for us. Once the wings are finished, all of these guests will leave. Until then, I'll work my hardest. If I don't make dinner now, it won't be ready in time for all our guests to eat. I must be the greatest chef in the world. Look at all this food I've been making. I'm amazing. Let's see what he's making. Contigo's famous for these cookies they make. I've heard that even if you have the recipe, it still takes years to learn to bake them. It must be a really good recipe then. When is that miracle of the Animus gonna hurry up and happen? I can't wait forever. I want to see the boat when it sails through the air on our wings. But even more, I want to see the hero of the prophecy. Will he be a real looker, like Geoglyphs? I'm afraid I'm too old to help in construction of the wings, but I so want to see them fly. I threw my back out helping with the wings. I can't touch my toes. I can barely touch my knees. Did you just arrive in Contigo? Are you connected to the prophecy, or are you here to help build the wings? I worked myself half to death yesterday. I feel miserable, but I'll do it again tomorrow. And the prophecies of the Animus tell it someday soon true miracle will occur. Wings of Animus are nearly complete. I think I'll take tomorrow off. Gotta make all the beds before everyone returns from Animus Sanctum. Then I gotta get started setting things up for dinner. All the beds, huh? There's only like one bed. Yeah, I wonder how all those people are gonna fit in that one bed. Let's heal up our PowerPoints. Because I think we're done for now for mind reading people. And it kind of feels like I'm kind of dragging along for getting to the good stuff. But just knowing what the people here, the Animus, the Wind Adepts, and hell, like even Ivan and the sister in particular, is a pretty interesting lore for this game. Animus Sanctum. Oh. Looks like it's the wings and a boat. The boat kind of looks familiar. The wings will be finished shortly. Where is the ship they're going to be attached to? What do we do if we made these wings and then no boat shows up for us to put them on? Which part goes where? Does this metal feather connect to the wooden post? It's like a puzzle. It's getting rather complicated. There are too many parts. I think I'm going to go insane from all these stupid parts. I've come a long way to see the flying boat. Hope the prophecies are right. Just a few more touches and the wings are done. All we have left is to assemble them. How long have we been working on these stupid wings? When I see that boat soaring through the sky, I think I'll cry. Now the wings are almost done. We just need to get them to the bay and await the ship. Been really busy lately, but now the second wing is almost done. I can rest. You gotta watch out, because you don't want to break anything. It's delicate work. When I start getting irritated, I just go nuts. I think I should avoid getting irritated. Well, good luck with putting this puzzle together. I want to get a good look inside the sanctum, but I can't get this door open. I'm hoping that deciphering these characters on the wall might give me a clue I need. Let's see. Felix has examined the wall. There are characters carved into it. I keep staring at it, but it's not making any more sense. The sign has a translation of the characters on the wall. If you're interested in studying the sanctum, you should give it a read. I don't know if anyone in Contigo cares about what I'm doing here, but I know that devoted pilgrims will appreciate having this translation. Oh. You guys could have entered through here. I mean, characters from the wall are translated here. Some of them are gates and some of them are roads. Search with your heart to find the truest path. Yeah, Felix can just enter this place. They didn't think to check the door behind them. Yeah, these NPCs are not really smart. Even so, like, there's still nothing here, but the door was open at least. Have you taken a good look at the Animus Geoglyph? We did. can't see all of it right now, but because the wings are covering up the picture. I can't even imagine how cool it would be to see a boat like the one in the Geoglyph. It's too big. I doubt there's a boat that big anywhere. The merchant Hammett took the gold in this room with him when he left Contigo. He vowed to use the money to raise Ivan properly and give him a good life. Someone told me that Hammett went to a town called Calais and did quite well for himself. I forgot to mention too, the music is a throwback to Soul Sanctum in the first Golden Sun game. It's always appreciated to hear Soul Sanctum music. So open the path with one's heart. Yep, reveal. And now we're inside. And Felix got some dragon skin. So this is another synthesis material. We take this to Yalom to forge many various fire-related armor and weapons. The weapons that come from the dragon skin are not the best, but probably like one or two things that are kind of good at the moment to equip, but it is what it is. Also, we're in a large room. And unfortunately, we can't really do anything right now with it, but we will definitely come back to this later on. So I prattled on about the lore of this place and the Animus, so let's do something fun. There was one more thing we can do in this place. Turn the slot and get a prize. The lottery slots are over here. Oh yeah, it's time for gambling. So throughout the game, we accumulated game tickets. And if you've played Golden Sun, or if you've seen my Golden Sun Let's Play, you know what this means. So yes, we're going to be doing some more gambling and getting some more items. But thankfully, here, the ring items are not as vital or important compared to the first game. At the very least, we want to get 3 more pairs of boots. Let's see, 1 shirt, 2 shirts. Yeah, I would say 4 pairs of shirts. I can talk. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited to be at this part. So we're gonna get 4 pairs of shirts and 3 pairs of boots, and I think 1 ring here for Felix. So let's save the game. And then I'm gonna make a save state. So we have 43 tickets. So let's check out the slots and wish for good luck. Okay. Like before, lock these here and then spin to get the desired result. So the moon crests also count as a part of your combo. So we want boots here in the middle row, the 3rd row across. So we're gonna lock this in place, and we're gonna pray that this one becomes a boot item or another moon crest. So let's save. And we did it. And we got quick boots. Yep, I get it. Yep, I get it. So we're gonna give these to Piers to kind of round out his agility. Okay, and then we're gonna save state again and try this again. Automatic win. This is probably a recovery item. Elixir. We're gonna try this again. Let's see what we get. Okay. So middle row again. And we got it. Perfect. Fur boots. These ones are not as good. But let's try it again. Okay, so second row, we want to try and get the boots. Okay, we did get a shirt at the top. So we got a running shirt and an elixir. Yeah. Let's see, 225. We will hold on to the running shirt for now. Boost defense, resist water. Yeah, this shirt is not really good. So we're gonna try this again. Okay, so we have good luck here. The first 3 rows have an option for us to win a boots pretty easily. So let's see. Okay. And we got double boots. Perfect. So we got hyper boots. These are the ones we wanted. And we get fur boots. Crap. Okay. So I'm gonna equip this to Jenna just because we want to boost Jenna's criticals for a reason much later in the game. We do want to boost her critical hits. And let's try to win one more hyper boots. So here I'm gonna save state again, and we're gonna try this again. Okay, that was a waste, so let's try this again. Hey Occult, how you doing? We're doing some gambling and slot machines. How you doing? Okay, third row. Lock that, let's try this again. Hyper boots, perfect. You were good. That is good. Awesome. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so hyper boots. Let's give this to Sheba. Okay, so we are good for boots now. We have all that we needed. So I do want to get one more shirt Let's focus on shirts now, actually. Do you not do VC for this stuff? For the games, right now, I do not do voice chat. Just because my kind of playthrough right now, I'm doing this in a Let's Play format. Kind of, for those who are not really familiar with Golden Sun. Gotcha, yeah. Let's reload this save state again. But I feel like in the next game, I think I will do VC, which will be kind of soon from now. Actually, I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention. I didn't want to get boots, but... whatever. Just give these to Sheba. Okay. Okay, let's try getting a ring this time. Okay, here's not really much of a good plot, so we'll re-roll again. Okay, first row. Kind of messed that up. Okay, there we go. Got the ring. That was not the ring I wanted. Let's see. Okay, so we want to lock these two, unlock this one, and unlock that one for the third row. Lock that. We're gonna reload again. Okay, let's try getting a shirt. I'll probably spend maybe like another 3 minutes here, and then we'll just move on. Try that again. Because again, the items here are not really as prevalent compared to the first Golden Sun game, because our equipment far surpasses already what these items bring. Top row. Alright, good. We got double silk shirt. Alright, fifth row in the bottom. Alright, lock that. Another running shirt. Okay. War ring. This is what I wanted. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this shirt. Fur boots we don't need. And then I'm gonna give the War Ring to Felix. I think for Jenna, we're gonna give her the... Let me see. Okay, so I only wanted to get one ring this time. So we got the ring for Felix, so let's get a couple of shirts, and then we'll wrap up for here. And here I'll just waste all the tickets. Okay, perfect. Got another running shirt. It's not the shirt I wanted, but we'll just keep going until we eventually get it. Okay, let's do second row. Okay, that's fine. Okay, first row at the top. Water of Life. Okay, just 10 more tickets, and then we'll finish up. Yeah, sometimes the beginning rolls of the slots are pretty bad, and you don't really have the result that you want to set up to get the item that you want, but sometimes it works out good in the end, and sometimes it doesn't, like that. It's mostly luck in regards to the slot machines here, which is true in like real life as well. Okay, I think this is a mithril shirt. It is. Good. So let's give the mithril shirt to Sheba. We'll give this to Jenna. We have one ticket left then. Okay. So the best we can do is try to get some boots again. Yeah, I think this is going to be a bad roll this time. Unless we get really lucky. And we do. Okay, perfect. Quick boots. That's good. And just for the sake of it, let's just give Sheba the quick boots to kind of make her the first party member to attack. So yeah, she's first, and Felix is second. Okay, we've got some good equipment here now. So we're finally done. Let's see, let's try see what giving 225. Because, like, I really don't want Piers to go second. He's usually the one I want to move last. Let's make room for our inventory. So we're gonna sell this. Yeah, I think we might have to sell this just to make room for everything, but that's fine. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna do some item arranging. Give this to Sheba. Give this to Piers. We're gonna sell those boots. We'll just sell this just for the hell of it. Okay. And my controller borked for a bit. We're gonna drop the dragon skin. We'll get it back and refine it. Okay, 2. So Piers has a Water of Life. Let's give it 1 to Jenna. Okay, I think we're finally good now. Enough dawdling with this place. Now, let's save our game, and let's get ready, because we have a big super dungeon ahead of us. And that is all the way up here. So keep running. That is Scorpion Fish, her Unleash. Let's keep running. We're just gonna run away. I said we're gonna run away. Okay, here we are. I had 5 dental visits in 4 days. Oh my god, are you okay? What did they do? Like, what happened? My mouth hurts. Understandable. Did they remove any teeth or anything? Okay, I'm gonna reconnect my controller. I'm not gonna go anywhere, but just reconnect it. My smile is pretty. That is awesome. Yay, pretty smile. Just checking, making sure everything is installed. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick pause and reconnect the controller, but I will be back in like a minute or 2. Okay, we are back, finally. I reconnected my controller. Here we are. And preparations are complete, finally. We are here at the Third Lighthouse. So let's enter the Jupiter Lighthouse. It's really good. smile is really good to have. Okay. So for this place, we want to use Cyclone. So let's set Cyclone, because we're going to be using that first. Let's see if there's anything up here. I swear there's always something happening with my controller. Anything up here? There is nothing. What I really love about this place is really big. There's like lots to do, and the music is incredible. So this place is locked. Like, this place is really beautiful. Just the hues of purple along the walls and everything. It's a very purple and blue dungeon, which I really like. So we want to head out this way. And we want to use this with Cyclone. Now we've entered a fork in the road. Here is a synergy room. So let's touch this and restore our power points. Using Cyclone here will, I believe, trigger a battle, which it does. Mad Plant. Let's just attack this thing. This thing is weak to fire, as expected. And it's dead. Let's give this to Jenna. Okay. So head to the right path. Enter here. And we have our first hover spot. So step on the circle. And then we're going to use hover to hover above it. And as soon as we leave the hover circle, we have 3 seconds until we finally drop to the ground. So let's head to the right. And we'll drop. Here, we'll use Cyclone. And now we're inside. So let's push this into the hole. And the door is open. Okay, now we're in a larger room. The way forward is to the left side. And here we cannot cross anything just yet, so keep heading up. And here, let's roll these up. And then roll this back. Roll this up. And this one more time. To get this chest. Marinia's tunic. This one raises attack and evade, aka critical hits, and unleashes. $40. Let's give this to Mr. Pierre's and boost his attack up. Cyclone. We're just going to move that there for no reason. And this guy is weak to wind, so let's kill him with a wind attack. Ignore the tunnel, the cyclone thing there. Head in here, go on up. And here there is a circle of pillars. So that means reveal. Let's head on up. And we have a maze path. So we want to head to the right. Jump this way. Yeah, unfortunately, that is blocked, so let's head to the other way. Drop down. And then we can move these. We just need to move this once. Then move this all the way up. And then we could jump across again. A meditation rod. So there are several weapons that our adepts really thrive and flourish. Jenna with the pirate saber is one example, but there's also Sheba with the meditation rod, which unleashes nirvana. So this is a really good weapon for Sheba. Let's head up here. Slide down. What we want to do is push this to the end. And just keep it there for safekeeping, because we'll come back to it. then head on up. And we reached the top of the lighthouse. That was quick. Yes. So let's throw the Jupiter star in the lighthouse. Oh. We can't. Yeah. So unfortunately we're not done with the tower just yet. Like, hell, we have not even started to get this tower to activate. But we'll come back. And this is the meditation rod. So we're gonna hop on down, then head to the middle here. Holder of the star, show the power of Animus. So climb up the ladder. And here we want to demonstrate our power and use hover. And now the tower is activated. So now we can head on back down. And there is a key up there, so let's get the key. Stand in the circle, and then use hover. Then immediately hold left to land on the platform. And we got the red key. Just get rid of the oil drop. The red key opens the door. Where's the door? Let's push this. Actually, let's push that towards the middle. Then step on the switch. And let's run across. And now that the tower is activated, all of the hover devices have now been activated. So now the hover will make pillars like this float now. So again, use reveal, and this hidden platform will be exposed, which allows us to cross onto this side to a chest. And there's also a blue door this time. Use reveal once again. Okay, so our next goal is to head to where the red door is. To do that, we need to use Cyclone. I like how powerful our characters have become. I really like it. So in order to get to the red door, we need to use Cyclone here. We'll use the key. Now we have access to the west tower. Felix has hit level 30. Finally. So this is the left archer tower. So there's a door that way, and there's a chest here. Just to be safe, let's set some friends on standby mode. Then we're going to save the game, and let's interact with it. It's a mimic. Perfect. And let's use some summons. Okay, that was fun. Here we have more rolling puzzles, logs, and of course there's the blue key this time. That's to head on down, so let's head on up. And here we have fragile tiles. So we will drop to the floor below if we step on these tiles 2 times. So it's 1. And unfortunately, we need to move the pillar over in order to get access to the chest there. So that was 1, and this is 2. And we'll drop down to the floor below. So we need to move the pillar there first. 1. This takes a while to do because you're constantly dropping down. So, this way. Get this chest, which is coins. So we'll need to redo this again, but that's fine. Backtracking here is not really that bad. So in order to get to the chest to the left, we need to exit this this room and then re-enter it. Because now we can move the pillar here. And these tiles will reset this time. Because now we can hop across this and get access to this item, which is another valuable mist potion. So we need to leave this room and head to the next one. And now we're surrounded by millions of tiles. So the gimmick here is to step on each tile once and get to this hover tile. And we want to use hover to stay floating enough time for us to cross over to a safe place. So we have 3 seconds once we're away from the hover tile in order to properly get to the place safely. So what we want to do here is go straight down. 1, 2, 3. And then move this here. Okay, so something has happened. So be careful here when crossing the tiles, because the dark tiles will send us to the ground floor below. And then step on this tile. We're going to use hover again. And we're safe across. Be careful here. Do not step on that tile. And now we're safely outside. So we want to push this down below, which will activate the left archer here. And this will move the angel to the left a little bit. So now let's head back inside. So we want to drop down this time. And then let's head on back up. Okay. So now I want to drop here on the center tile. And then drop down again. And keep doing this. Now we have access to the blue key. And we're done with this side of the tower. Okay. All right. Run away from the tornado. Okay, actually, I do think we could retreat for now. Because the place we want to go is where the first floor is, actually. Okay, so once we're outside, let's head back inside. I'm gonna save one more time. Since we did all that work. So, head on up. Okay, now we're back here. I'm gonna check this side. Okay, that's a dead end. Because where we need to go next is not this battle. That's fine with me. You're weak to water. Because now that these are activated, let's head to the end here and move this into place. Because now we can proceed. And we're at the top. So let's push this down, slide on down. And move this into place. And now we can use hover. So let's use hover one more time. And go to the top. So, jump on over. To get a potion, and let's head back. And now we made it to where the blue door is. And since we have the blue key, let's open it. So I don't mind the battles here. They're pretty fun. They give us a good experience. And they're not as annoying as some other places we've been to. So we can't do anything here just yet. So let's slide on down. And let's push this into the hole there. And this lightning rod will trigger something. Yep. Now we can use that. So let's head on back. Alright, excellent. Our team is fully at level 30 now. That is good. So let's move this over here, just for safekeeping. Now we want to use this to head on down. And like before, let's get back to where the blue door was. Because now we can use hover on this tile, and this will cause the statue to blow us all the way to the right tower this time. Two paths. Let's try the middle one. Oh, these guys are rare. Okay. So these guys are weak to fire. Let's increase our attack. And let's check out Core. Core pierces defense. Okay, that's a dead end. That's fine. Here we have more hover puzzles. So let's use hover. I think we reached the point where now we need to set hover as a shortcut, so we'll do that. So let's push this down. And what we want to do here is to get access to this pillar up here. Oh, also there is a new friend here, so we will get them a little bit later, but we want to get this pillar up there first. So we need to push this all the way to the end. Use hover. And now we can move this. But before we do that, let's head here. Actually, let's push this in first, because this triggers something. That to pop up. So we're going to pound this, and this will reset the pillars that we pushed into. Because now we want to push this into this hole. And then take this one. And now we have access to the Djinn. Let's hover on over. And let's save our game. And this one will fight us. Let's do Echo, Cannon. Let's do Blitz. Let's seal its synergy. So yeah, the Djinn are getting much stronger. And this is the first time we have properly bypassed 28 Djinn, so now Whirl is our 29th Djinn. So let's give it to Shiva. Whirl takes a deep breath and strikes. I think this one has the chance to remove an enemy from battle completely. So, since this is Shiba's 8th Djinn, her class will change. We didn't get this class change in the first Golden Sun game. So now she goes from a Magister to a Sorcerer, and her stats go way up. Yeah. So that's really cool. So now we need to reset this puzzle. So let's move the horizontal one all the way to the top. Okay. So here we need to move this pillar to act as a stepping stone to get us across to the other side. So jump across. Now we have 4 pillars that we could put into any position to allow us to act as a bridge to access 2 optional ways. We want to get the treasure chest on the right first. So to do that, let's make a bridge with these pillars first, heading towards the right. So put that one there. Let's push the first pillar. And once we get the chest, we have to reset this room as well and do the whole process all over again. So put that one there. And then this one. And now we have the pathway. Now in order to activate the hover effect, we need to push this into its proper conduit. Water of Life. And now we need to reset this one more time. Thankfully, this one's easier and doesn't require a lot of moving the pillars. Okay, so that is done, and we just need to move these last 2. So move this all the way to the end, and then move the last one. And now the path is set. Let's push this here, create the bridge, and let's go on up. And we have another large room. So walk straight down. Okay, I think it's this way. This should push us across. Okay. I just guessed which way to go. Surprised I got that one right. Alright. So up ahead should be the most annoying room in this dungeon. I hate this place. So on the left leads to a chest with an item, and on the right is the way forward. So again, when you're hovered, you have 3 seconds after leaving the hover tile to get to where you need to go. So 1, 2, 3. But thankfully, there are a whole mess of hover tiles here for us. So I'm gonna... Okay, I can't save while I'm hovered, but I can do a save state. Because this is annoying, because you have to run and hold the up directional. So as long as you, well, I'll just show you. Okay, so go up. Yeah, that will shoot a whirlwind towards you. And if you don't make it in time, the whirlwind will throw you against the wall, you'll lose your hover, and you'll drop down to the floor below, which is really annoying. And here, it's kind of... that happens. Yeah, it's really sensitive on where you are to position yourself. Because this first statue is pretty easy to avoid. Yeah. And this one requires you to step out of the hover tile range, and you have 3 seconds to get back onto the other hover tile, or else you'll drop to the floor below. Okay, let's see if I could do this. Damn it, okay. So, load that. Then I'm gonna make another save state. Okay, I found the point where the statue throws the whirlwind. Yeah. So it's crossing that tile right there where my shadow is. Okay, so get out of the hover tile, walk up, and then immediately go to the hover tile that was right there. Yep, so we did it, so that's good. And then get this chest, which is Phaeton's blade. This is also another really good weapon. Light Surge. Okay. So personally, I would give this to Jenna, but I'm kind of satisfied with the pirate saber, so I'm going to give this to Pierre's since he needs an upgrade. This is also a really good weapon. So we're going to drop on down, use hover, and now we're going to go to this side. So hold up to avoid the tornado. Okay. So save state. And this is the same exercise. So leave the hover tile and immediately hold up, and then as soon as you can, head to a hover tile while avoiding the tornado at the same time. It's kind of tricky to do, but with practice, you should be able to get this. So let's see. Damn, okay. Yeah, it's really tricky to do. Okay. That was lucky. Alright, we did it. Alright, now we've reached the top of the right tower. So let's just push this a little bit. Now, let's save the game. Because at this point, before we push this pillar and activate the right archer tower, this is kind of a point of no return. Because as soon as you activate this right tower, the next sequence of events activate. Because we'll be heading straight to the top of the tower now that the blockade will be gone, and we could throw the Jupiter star into the tower. Now, I do recommend using a password to transfer over clear data from Golden Sun 1 to this game, because this is the point where things will happen, and we need the clear data. We have the internet. You can look up passwords to use for this game, because otherwise this is a point of no return, in a sense, because at this point, use a password, or not use a password, but I would recommend using a password from your Golden Sun file or from online, because when we do this, the lighthouse is ready to be lit. Okay. And now we're gonna save. One last time. Actually, we're gonna drop that potion. Okay. So our equipment is set. Alright. So head on up, and we're gonna head back all the way to the top of the Jupiter Lighthouse. So head on up. I'm gonna head to the left side. We're gonna roll these things up. Okay, here. Save the game. Okay, check all your equipment, make sure everything is ready. And remember, be sure to have a Golden Sun 1 clear data at this point if you want to like maximize everything. And I'm gonna take a water break. Just gonna make one more save state, and once we're ready, let's go. Mia! Ooh, no! Garrett, Mia! It's Isaac and the others. Isaac, isn't he a friend of yours, Felix? Yep. They both come from Vale, and regardless of what Isaac believes, they must be allies now. But Isaac and the others came all this way just to try and stop us. And they did. But didn't you hear that? It sounds like a cry for help. What if they're in trouble? Hang on, Mia. Don't worry, Garrett. Everything will be fine. Dude. Don't worry about me. I'm fine, but Garrett... Garrett, you were only using one arm to hang on. What's the matter? I don't know. I think I've hurt my arm when I fell. It's totally numb. I can't move it. You shouldn't have tried to save me when I fell into that hole. Oh, Mia, don't blame yourself. I wasn't gonna leave you down there. Oh boy, this isn't good. It's no use. I can't pull you up, Garrett. I'm not strong enough. Isaac, please, you gotta save Garrett. This doesn't look good. We gotta save Garrett and fast. No, I'm afraid you won't be doing that. Who are you? Me? Well, I'm Karst. And I'm Magashio. You're not here to help my friend, then get out of my way, so I could do it myself. Your friends will have to take care of themselves. You have a little debt to repay. Debt? What are you talking about? We never even seen you before. Regardless, you've done Karst here a great wrong, and you're beginning to become a hindrance to us. Wait a second. You two look familiar somehow. You know Sotaro and Minardi? So you're not such a fool after all, Isaac. You are right. We are the same clan, of the same clan. The Fire Clan from the frozen land of Prox, far to the north. Prox? Never heard of it. That doesn't surprise me. Our town hangs on the brink of extinction. And the seal of placed on alchemy is responsible. What are you saying? That doesn't make any sense. It matters not, for soon Prox will recover its lost power. We shall bring Prox back from the edge, and then all the people of Weird will kneel before us. You'd think we'd let you after hearing all that nonsense? See, you're a hindrance. And Felix was trying to help you? Actually, we don't know what Felix's objectives are. And we don't care as long as he lights the Jupiter beacon. And get out of our way, we're here to stop Felix. Move or we'll have to move you ourselves. Did you hear that, Karst? They actually want to fight. You mean to tell us that you would leave your friend hanging? So this was all part of your plan? Cowards, stop playing dirty and fight fair. If we really are the brats who killed Sotaro and Minardi, then you've earned some new foes. But answer me this, would you still cry foul if you were fighting us 4-on-2? That's why you were waiting up here to set a trap and make Mia and Garrett fall? We didn't plan on snaring both of them, though. That was quite a pleasant surprise. That's interesting. I think they were trying to trap Mia. There's water against fire. Makes sense. So that's the deal, isn't it? You've come up here to fight us. Oh, did you figure that out all on your own? Impressive. I'm quite fond of intelligent boys. I hope you don't think we're afraid of a fair fight 2-on-2. A fair fight? I'm sorry if I've misled you, but we have a third. A water adept, Alex. Alex, where is he? What's wrong, Karst? It's Alex, he's gone. What? Alex? Alex? Did anyone see where he went? Forget about him. Honestly, I was planning to do the same to him that I'm about to do to them. My only regret is that I won't be able to wipe that smearing smile off his face. We'll take out all of your aggressions on these brats. You'll feel better. That ain't good. Felix, Agashio, and Kars are attacking Isaac and the others. Do you think Isaac and Ivan can handle them without me and Garrett's help? I'm disgusted that Kars would set a trap for them. It's dishonorable. What if Garrett loses his grip while they're still fighting? There's still time. We have to help Isaac. Okay, head on through here. So now the series is starting to get good again. It's getting really juicy. Okay, so use reveal here. Also, it's pretty funny because now that this is Felix's game, Isaac is no longer the silent protagonist. And I kind of gave Isaac kind of a surfer dude voice. I'm gonna try to make that consistent as possible. Okay. So let's do this. And there he is. Ah, Felix, I've been waiting for you. Have you come here to light the beacon? We have. And you're sure that's all you're going to do? I saw you watching when Isaac's friends found Karst's trap. Of course you were watching. You always watch. You're annoying. I know you, Felix. I know that if you leave Isaac behind, you'll regret it. You're not like me. You can't simply discard someone who is no longer of use to you. Well, you better hurry if you still hope to save them. There you go. Consider it a gift. You could still make it. Go on. Okay. So last time to check our equipment. Make sure everything is good to go. Okay. So Felix has a mist potion, water of life, and a potion. Okay, Pierre's has the same. Come on, controller. Work with me. Okay. Sheba also has a water of life. Okay. So I think we're good to go. So, save game. And once we're ready, let's proceed. Isaac, I'm sorry. I can't take any more. Keep it together, Ivan. Huh, you're a fool. Never let concern distract you in battle. We did it, Agashio. It was close, but we did it. Heh, he's no warrior. His concern for his friend gave us the opportunity to strike. What's this? He's still alive, even after that blow? It would be a shame if you and I ever had to regret letting them live. Isaac, watch out. He's still alive. If we're going to act, Felix, we have to act now. They're gonna kill Isaac. No, they aren't. I'm not about to let that happen. None of us are, Jenna. Felix, what's going on? Be grateful. We just did you a favor. I understand that when Venus was lit, the ground shook so fiercely that the very earth split. Curious that it hasn't here. You haven't lit the beacon yet, have you? And after all we've done to help you, we're gonna light the beacon right now. If that's true, then you better go do it. But we're not leaving Isaac behind. Oh great, are you gonna betray us now? Hell yeah. Typical. And you're going to try and stop us from finishing them off, aren't you? If you're only here to clear the way for us to light the beacon, then your work here is done. Isaac has proven to be a greater foe than we've imagined. We can't let him live. Consider how powerful these two were without the aid of a water adept. We have to finish them. If you want them, you're gonna have to face us first. You're both quite badly injured. You're in no shape to fight all four of them. I think it would be best if you left now. I mean, we have gotten really strong now. We haven't much choice. Of course, to know. Agashio, if we fight Felix now, we'll be destroyed. Isaac killed your sister. Where is your anger? I am filled with rage, but not so much as to be blinded by it. What then? Do we give up? Fine, but this is not the end. Do with Isaac as you will. But swear this oath to us. If we leave now, you will light the beacon's fire. I don't care if you want to help Garrett or not. The lighthouse comes first. Go, Felix. I will tend to Garrett. And be sure to bring with you the Mars star that Isaac carries on him. How do you know about the Mars star? Did you think this was about nothing more than revenge? Alex told us about it. Take the Mars star. I'll be forced to make you. Do not force our hand on this. Go on, Felix. Take it. I don't know why you're doing this, but I trust you. Take the Mars star. Felix took the Mars star. That's better, Felix. We'll be waiting for you on the Eri. Felix, wait. We cannot trust them. Take me with you. Good thinking. If something happens up there, you'll be safer with Pierre's. We'll be fine. Take Pierre's with you. Listen to the others. Safety in numbers, as they say. That is actually a good idea. So now we're down to 2 party members. So now we have both the Jupiter and Mars stars in our inventory. Alright. So now we can finally head all the way to the top of the tower. You're late, Felix. Now light the beacon. Not yet. So, save the game. And now, once we're ready, approach forward. There seems to be a wide hole for the elemental star. Ask the Jupiter star in it. Let's do it. I've heard tales of this, but I had no idea it would be so spectacular. The third beacon is lit. One to go. We have ignited the beacon. The third lighthouse is lit. Now let us go. I don't think so. You see, you betrayed us once already. We simply can't trust you anymore. And now that Jupiter is lit, I'm afraid we will have little use for traitors. Poor dear, you look puzzled. Would you like to know why we don't need you? No. Figured it out, have you? Yes, Mars Lighthouse is in Prox. What are you doing? They stole the Mars star. Your job is done now. We're not done yet. We've got the Mars star. We don't need you anymore. You know what this means, of course, don't you? Yes, exactly. That means it's time to die, Felix. What will happen to Felix's parents? We keep our promises. Once all 4 lighthouses have been lit, we shall release them. We would never do anything as terrible as breaking our word, as you have done so casually. But if you're dead, who will come to take them home from Prox? I guess they'll just have to spend their remaining years in the frozen wasteland to the north. Don't worry, they'll be fine, and prepare for the end. Alrighty. In this game, this is the Sotaro and Minardi battle atop the lighthouse. And apparently we're at the right level for it, as in the previous game, level 30. So we're stuck with 2 party members. So for here, go all out on these guys. And if need be, heal when you need to with mist potions. Okay. So we're gonna use Steel, and we're gonna use Shade to nullify damage, because now I can start using Jin. Jin Fest. This attack, this ability is pretty annoying, because it drains 1 Jin from each party member. Felix. I thought you were taking too long, so I came to check on you. What's going on? They say they don't need us anymore. Agashio, Felix's sister, isn't supposed to be here. What do you want me to do? We can't just leave now. We have to finish them. Don't worry, Felix. I'm here to help. Now we got Jenna back. Boost our defense. Then we're going to increase our elemental energy. And then Jenna, we're going to boost our attack. Flower. Then reflux. Let's see. Tears. Jenna. I got the feeling something was wrong, so I rushed up here. Looks like just in the nick of time, it looks like. Thank you, Shiba. I'm not looking forward to fighting, but I'm glad you're here. Another one? Agashio, we're rapidly being outnumbered. It's too late to flee now. We might have to keep fighting. Isaac and the others are safe. Now let's take care of these 2 rats. Get them. Now we have our full party. Okay, so for Felix, we're actually gonna heal up. actually. Speed. Okay, Shiba is first. So we're actually going to use a Mist Potion just to heal up. And Piers, we're going to have you use... you're going to seal Karst. And then Jenna, we're going to boost our agility. And then Shiba's going to... Mist Potion. Okay, Felix. Hideaway to avoid damage. Okay, we're in a good position now. So now let's use one more Jin. Lower these two's agility. Okay, then it's that. Jenna. Karst. Whirl on Karst. Alright then, now we have enough to waste these guys. So, Boreas. Boreas. Then Meteor. And then Eclipse. Alright. Potent Cure. And Felix. Pierre's we're gonna heal up. Jenna's gonna use the Spirit Ring. And then we're gonna boost our attack again. Okay, good. Okay, from this point on, just attack. And then have Jenna heal each turn, and then have Shiba increase our attack. So now we've hit the point where Jenna is kind of on healing duty 24/7. And just slowly bring back our Jin. This damn bitch will stop draining our damn Jin, that is. So let's attack her. Piers, unfortunately, is... Good, we got one of them. So Felix, Piers, we're gonna wait a bit. And then Jenna, again, heal up. And the primary focus now is just to raise Piers' attack so that he could kill Agashio with a Djinn, Mercury Djinn. Because I do want to Djinn kill this guy. Your dragon was blocked. Let's... And we got him. Excellent. We did it. We beat them. Barely. What should we do with them? Finish us. But think, what will happen to your parents if neither we nor Sotaro or Minardi return? Are you saying your people will kill our parents if we don't return to Prox? I doubt that. Well then, I suppose you better finish this off as you like. What's the matter? Are you going to do it or not? Yeah, I'm sick of these guys. No, Felix, don't. When did you get here, Alex? If Karst is not bluffing, if you kill them all your efforts will have been for naught. Do you understand, Felix? If that happens, Isaac will suffer the same fate as you. Alex, you asshole. I have revived them. Why? Are you gonna make us fight them again? Don't worry, Jenna. Look at them. They could barely walk right now. Still, that doesn't give you the right to. You're not gonna finish them off. I'll just be leaving them here, won't you? You're not gonna help us defeat these brats? You better not be expecting a big thank you for this, Alex. Of course not, Cost. I would never ask for your gratitude. What's keeping Felix and the others? We should get going before Isaac and the others arrive. If they're coming up, how do you plan to avoid them on your way down? Don't worry about us. We'll just take the elevator. Now that the lighthouse has been lit, it should be fully operational again. Oh, you're looking better. Felix, Jenna, Isaac, Garrett. Man, it got away. What a bunch of jerks. Alright, Felix, we want to know what's going on. It's all quite complicated, Isaac. There are a number of extenuating circumstances. What are you talking about, Creighton? Look, I don't think any of us are in any shape for another fight right now. What do you mean, Ivan? I'm just saying we should get ourselves back to Contigo and sort things out there. Me personally, I probably want to fight you guys because I think we're evenly matched now. Like, I'm just curious. I really want to see how this fight would go, our party against Isaac's party. Because we've had 2 games already where we've maxed out on items and we each have a full journey on our plate for both parties. So I kind of wanted to see what would happen if we fight Isaac's party. But unfortunately, I guess that's not in the cards. That's a sound plan, Ivan. I fully agree. Yeah, I guess so. You're right, we can't fight right now. Let's head back to Contigo. What do you say, Felix? Can we talk there? We'll be waiting for you, so don't think you can sneak off again. Man, Isaac's kind of an asshole. But it's understandable. And automatically we'll take the lift down. Okay, so after that battle, we also get Dark Matter, which is probably one of the better synthesis items we have in the game. So let's give that to Pierre's. And let's head on out. Okay. So I'm going to use a Sacred Feather. Fortunately, the Sacred Feather doesn't work. So our main goal is to head back to Contigo, but there is a tiny thing you can do to head to the pier. A tiny little scene. So head to the pier. You're not planning on running away from Isaac again, are you? We can't run anymore, Felix. I promised him that we wouldn't. Besides, they want to talk, not fight. They're waiting for us. Let's go to Contigo. Yeah, we can't leave, unfortunately. So let's talk through our feelings. Let's all talk it out. Okay, so we're level 31. Now, before entering Contigo, I'm going to save the game. And I'm actually going to take a small break, because I need to refill my water. As there's more dialogue ahead of us. So, I'll take a 5-minute break, and I'll come right back. Okay, we're back. Hello. Okay, we're good to go. So I am full of water now. That was weird. Okay, now once we're ready, let's enter Contigo. Now all of the doors in these buildings are now closed. They're locked. Everyone's left town for the time being. They're transporting the wings. Actually, they might even have finished putting them onto the big ship by now. Let's mind read these people. Prophecies are all coming true. We're living in some strange times, it seems. Are you looking for Isaac? He and his colleagues are in the house at the top of the hill. Are you the people they've been waiting for? They look like they're in some trouble. Oh well, I ain't gonna help them. Now that crater behind the village is supposed to be where the city of the Animus was. The legends say that one day it just lifted off the ground and flew away. Cities flying up into the sky? I don't buy that for a second. The legends tell us that a great calamity brought an end to the Animus. It had something to do with the light from the lighthouses being extinguished. That is intriguing. The ancient city of the Animus was located right near the ruins. That crater nearby was where the city once was. Interesting. Yeah, this is the sanctum. Okay, looks like they've excavated the wings out. So now we got a clear view of this mural. And this ship looks familiar. These idiots here, they are not. Okay. So unfortunately we can't leave this continent. So that only leaves us with one more thing to do. And that is, talk to you. Jupiter Lighthouse has been lit for the first time in years. Did you feel that earthquake? If that's what happens when the lighthouses shine, I wish that it had stayed dark. What does it mean when ancient legends are turning out to be true? I just want the world to go back to the way it was before. Alright, let's head on inside. I'm glad you kept your promise, Felix. Alright, let's hear what he has to say for himself. What can we say, Isaac? Has Felix ever harmed you? Have we ever fought against you? Felix has been avoiding you, but he never had any intention of fighting you or anything. And he definitely helped us out back at Jupiter Lighthouse. Isaac's been worried about Jenna non-stop since this nightmare began. How could she run away from him like that? She was afraid that if we met, we would be forced to fight. She didn't want that. I know that now, but that doesn't explain why you're doing this. Felix betrayed his hometown Vale, and that's why he hasn't been able to face Isaac. Also, this music fucking slaps. Felix had hoped to play the villain alone without getting Jenna or me involved. He betrayed Vale? Graydon, what are you talking about? He conspired to steal the elemental stars and fire the beacons of the 4 lighthouses. And that's what Sotaro and Minardi were trying to do. Why were you helping them? Our parents' lives were at stake. We had to help. Parents? But your parents died 3 years ago, in that storm. That's what I was wondering. That night, Sotaro and his men had raided Soul's sanctum. The storm was their doing. Garrett, you saw 2 strangers that night, Sotaro and Minardi. They were the only survivors of Sotaro's raiding party. They had failed to solve the mystery of Soul's sanctum. In doing so, they triggered the storm. Everyone thought you were killed by that boulder, Felix. I can't tell you how glad I was to find that you were alive. In fact, nobody was killed by the boulder that day. So that means... Wait a minute, Creighton, did you say that nobody was killed by that boulder? But what about Isaac's dad, and Jenna and Felix's parents? I thought they died that day. I'm not so sure now. Yes, if Felix survived, Kyle and the others may have as well. Why didn't you tell us this? We could have worked together to save your parents, couldn't we? No. He's right, they were too powerful then. It would have been impossible. That and Felix was level 5. So was Jenna. I mean, come on. There's more to it than that. He had another reason to light the lighthouse beacons. Unless the lighthouse beacons are all lit, Weird will eventually be destroyed. Destroyed, but how? Why? King Hydros, ruler of Lemuria, says that our world is steadily shrinking. Elemental energy drives the growth of civilization. Without it, we and our world will wither. All that because the lighthouses aren't illuminated? According to my research, that seems to be the case. But once the lighthouses are all lit, you said the world would end anyway. That might be true too, but if we do nothing, the world will definitely end. Wait for the end of the world to come up, or wind up accidentally triggering it ourselves. What a choice. Nothing is certain. There's no way to prevent the world from reaching its natural end. However, we can fight to save the world from withering away due to the actions of men. And Felix, you knew this. You were helping them because you knew what was happening. You're a lot smarter than I remember you being. Why didn't you wait so long to tell me? I would have helped you. You wouldn't have done it before, Isaac. It would have meant violating the sacred teachings of Vale. Of course. Now that we all know of this, shouldn't we be going? Hamma. Hello again. Hamma, you know Isaac and his companions too? We met at the temple on the edge of the Lamakan Desert. I am Hamma, descendant of the Animus. Straight out, just bombshell. I was born in Contigo and I inherited the power of the Animus. Hey, we just got into Contigo and we found out this is where Ivan was born. We found out before you. And we also learned that he's also got a sister. Sister, you don't mean... That would be me, yes. Not now, Ivan, this isn't the time. 3 lighthouses have been lit. The elements have been thrown out of balance. Jupiter is growing stronger, and the north grows colder with every passing moment. We must hurry to Mars Lighthouse, ignite its beacon before all of Weird freezes. Mars Lighthouse? Agashio has the Mars star. He's on his way to light it now. I doubt they will be able to light the Mars beacon. Why is that? There is a powerful force that does not want to see Mars rekindled. You will fail as well unless you pull your strengths together and fight as one. This is bad, we have to go, now. I had hoped that you would feel that way. I prepared a gift for you to aid you on your way to Mars Lighthouse. I must leave you now, but we will meet in the inlet. I'm sorry we left Venus Lighthouse without seeing you. I'm sorry for making you worry. Maybe when this is all over, we can all go on a trip together. Hey Jenna, you sure are calm considering that we are racing to meet our enemies. I'm just relieved that we're sorted out our differences. Me too, Mia. We could have not have stood divided against a common foe. I guess I'm a little happy knowing that we're not gonna have to beat Felix up. I'm not happy, I kinda wanted to fight these guys. I built up 2 parties. Oh well. Listen, this is Felix's quest now. We're just doing what we can to help out. Aren't you happy? Yeah. Everything's finally coming together. This is how it was meant to be, Felix. But Hamma's waiting for us. Let's go to our ship. And with that, 2 parties become 1. Yes, this means we now have Isaac's party in our control from Golden Sun 1. Not only that, since I used a gold password, we have all of our Jin back in, unfortunately, the wrong order. But I used the gold password, so now all of our levels, our character stats, our money, what else? All of our Jin, and all of our items are now in our inventory for Isaac's party. So we have Gaia Blade, Warrior's Helm, Mirror Shield, Asura's Armor, Hyper Boots, the same number of feathers, Water of Lives, the nuts. We had the Synergy item, the Synergy Relics. We have the Cursed Armor that we had for Garrett, the Cleric's Ring, the game tickets. We have the Lure Cap, which we need. There's only one of these in the game. The Orb of Force, the Halt Gem, the Case Sword, and the Feathered Robe. That was a bitch to get with the RNG in Golden Sun 1 that I cried over. And we have Mia's equipment. We have the Lifting Gem, the Cloak Ball, the Douse Drop, and the Corn, of course. Now we have 2 sets of corn for each team. I kind of realized it, but we did get turtle boots for this game, so that's fine. So I'm gonna reset our Jin. Give Venus Jin to Isaac. So now Isaac is back to being a lord, and Isaac now knows the Synergy Odyssey, which is nice. Let's give Garrett's Jin back. And let's give Ivan's Jin back to Mio. Okay. Yep, we have all of our Jin, all 28 Jin from Golden Sun 1 in this game. And let's equip our equipment. Sura's Armor, Hyper Boots. We're gonna equip the Catch Beats again, Carry Stone, War Ring, Mythal Shirt. For Garrett, we're not gonna equip the Cursed Armor because we have better armor and weapons to equip. We're gonna equip the Spirit Gloves first, the Quick Boots, the Frost Jewel. Unfortunately, the Black Crystal is an item that does nothing. It's useless now that we have our own ship, so it's just dead weight. And unfortunately, we can't get rid of it, so that's a shame. So the Kikuchi Munji, we'll equip that, the War Gloves, the Feather Robe, the Hyper Boots. Righteous Mace, Mithril Circlet, Oracle's Robe, Quick Boots. Okay, let's see. So, the Erebus Armor, we're gonna give this to Garrett. Equip. So the Goblin's Rod. So, Water of Life, we're gonna add to Mia. Sorry for doing all the this inventory, but just cleaning things up. Okay, I don't think the weapon shop is open. It's not, unfortunately, but that's fine. So before we leave, now that we have Ivan in our party and the Orb of Force, we can now face this, because this will do something. So use Force, strike a distant object, Because now this guy will pop out. So Felix found the Mars Djinn Shine. I think Shine's probably one of my favorite Mars Djinn because dazzle foes and strike decisively. There's no side effect to Shine, it just looks really good, the animation. Now I'm gonna check let's see, Djinn list. Okay, Shine goes to Jenna. Shine, give this to Jenna. And now Jenna's class will change now. From Fire Master to Justice. Her final class. Vanilla class. So we've done all we can here for the moment, so now let's leave. And now, Walking with Determination is the name of this background music track. And this will be our overworld music throughout the entirety of the rest of the game. And I really love it. So we're gonna set Pierre's back. And now, the good thing about having two sets of party members is now we can rearrange them into any order that we want to. So if we want Mia in our Veil party, we can now, but I'm gonna keep this party together, Felix's party, for now until we could till we're each at level 31, and then I'll switch up. So let's head to the pier. Sacred Feather ran out, that's fine. Also, we now have the option to switch party members, which is really cool. So we're just gonna waste these guys. Everyone's waiting down by the beach. They all want to see the boat fly with their own eyes. Hama is the new leader of Contigo, and she bears the power of the Animus after all. But I still think she shouldn't be ordering us to help fix up your boat. In this guy, when people work together, even a little spiritual power can work great wonders. We've sent everyone back to the village so that their hopes will not impair your flight. Okay, back to this. So now that we have Mia in the party, we could use Lift on this rock. And now we can use Cyclone to unveil this guy. Felix found the Venus Djinn Geode. Okay, so Geode's ability, Strike with a Clod of Earth. This is also another really good Venus Djinn because it doesn't have a side effect, it just has a really good animation that I really like. So I'm going to check the Djinn list. Current Djinn. Okay, so Salt and Geode go to Felix. Okay. And Felix will change his class from Lord to Slayer and get a huge stat boost. Alright, we are done here, so let's head to the boat. I've been waiting for you, Felix. Take a look at your ship. We have wings now. Now that you have been given wings, all obstacles in your path will vanish forever. However, it is not the wings alone that grant your ship the power of flight. Synergy is the force that powers the wings of Animus. If the ship is to fly, you will need to focus the power with your minds. You have visited Shaman Village recently, have you not? Now is the time to make use of the powers you've acquired there. Now, use the power of hover to raise your ship. At first, you may not want to move your ship too high or too far. It will be difficult at first, but that is to be expected. After all, this is your first flight. But your quest should not demand much more of you. Now be confident and set sail. All of Contigo is watching. Show them your power and make your vessel fly. Use your synergy to raise your ship and fly over reefs. Travel safely, Ivan. The world depends on you. Hey, wait. Master Hammett requested that I deliver this to Isaac, and I totally forgot about it. Well, you better hurry. I'm supposed to deliver this to Isaac. It's not too late, is it? On my way here, I stopped in Calais briefly to speak with Master Hammett. He is quite upset that you haven't returned to visit him, so he could thank you. So he requested that I take this with me to Ateca. It is a gift of thanks from Master Hammett. Take it, please. I do think this is one of those instances where you need clear data from Golden Sun 1, or else you won't get this item. Regardless, if you transfer over, say, clear data from Golden Sun or not, regardless, Isaac and his party will still join you. If you did not send over clear data, you will get a level 28 party with weak weapons like Great Sword, Master Rapier, those weak weapons that don't have like side effects to them. And I don't think you get any of the synergy relics as well. And you will be missing several Jinn in Isaac's party, which is probably the worst thing. But even if you use so much as the bronze password, you will get this item. So let's check it out. Ori Calcum. This is another synthesis material. It's probably one of the better ones in this game. This provides tons of very useful weapons and armor for after you synthesize it. So it's really good. So let's set sail. To sea we go. And our ship has wings. Also, there is a reef in the way. So in order to use hover, hit the B button, and the ship will levitate. So now we can go over this. We did it. The ship took off without a hitch. Yeah, but shouldn't it be flying a little higher than this? Hama told us that we wouldn't be able to fly very high until we were more familiar with hover. Let's see how far we can take this thing. Shiba, what's wrong? You don't look happy. Do you remember on Itajima when I told you I had my own reasons for joining your quest? You were so secretive. Are you going to tell us now? You've gone quiet again. It's okay. You don't have to tell us if you're not ready yet. I thought if I went to Jupiter Lighthouse, I would learn who I was. I remember the people of El Lavero talking about how Shiba fell from the sky. All my life, I've been looking for the answer. Where was I born, and why was I abandoned? You knew Felix was going to Jupiter Lighthouse eventually, and so you went along with him. But didn't you find any answers, did you, Shiba? I'm sorry, Shiba. I was so excited to find Contigo that I didn't consider your feelings. Why is everyone so down all of a sudden? Baron raised Shibo like his own daughter. He cared for her ever since he first found her. Yes, that's true, but you can never be his real daughter. Is that it? Garrett, you're not gonna be so blunt about it. No, he's right. I want to know my real parents, no matter how caring Farron might have been. You think so? If it were me, I doubt it'd bother me at all. Well, you're not very smart, Garrett, so... Shiba, you may not know this, but you and I are quite similar. What do you mean? Well, it's not exactly the same situation, but... I was born in a poor village. Ooh, we're getting Kraden lore. Nice. My memories are a bit hazy, but I still remember it. I was only 4 when Bobby took me under his wing. Wow, 4 years old. You see, even though I was young, I was quite intelligent. Bobby had heard about me. Bobby took you to Toby to further your education, to raise you as a scholar. I was separated from my parents so early in life. I'd never known the comforts of a true home. Aaron has always been like a father to me. I must have been very lucky. I should say so. Thank you, Kraden. I feel better now. Glad I could help. Well, we should get going. Let's hurry on, Felix. Alright, and with that, we now have free reign to do whatever the hell we want now. So now that we have the ship, we can go to all sorts of places. The main thing I want to do for this last part of today's stream is just to pick up some Jin, visit a couple of places, and pick up some new summons. So let us do that. So now that we have hover, the bar above us is linked to all 8 characters' power points. So as we're moving along, the bar will slowly drain, and so will each of our party members' power points. So now we could hover over the world here. So there is one cave we can go to, circling around here. And it's right here, to the very bottom of the Ateca continent. Just checking our party. Yeah, our power points have slowly been drained as we've been using the ship's hover. But thankfully, we have side crystals to recover our power points now. So that's really good now. So let's enter this cave, the Ateca Cavern. So here, all we need to do is just use Arch on the water here. Because now we can access that tablet. Felix can now summon Codacule. To summon Codacule, 3 Mercury and 3 Jupiter standby Jin are needed. So Codacule, its ability is really broken and OP. So her ability, when you first use it, heals the party for a little bit of HP. And for about 5 or 6 turns, the party will recover HP in greater amounts and then slowly taper off. So it's a huge party heal after each turn, about 5 or 6 turns, and it's really good. It's really broken. So you could focus on attacking and not have to worry about healing. So it's really good. I love it. And next up, let's pick up one more summon. So let's head over here. Now we're heading out of Ateca. And what we want to do is hug the wall here. This is the Gondwan continent. So I'm going to check the map. Okay, and where we want to head is right here. Up here. Okay, perfect. So let's jump off the ship. Let's head all the way up here. Once we come up, we should come up to a cave. The Angara Cavern. So this cavern requires the use of the synergy carry. So first things first, let's climb up here, push this, and let's use carry. Let's set this to the middle. Felix can now summon Horus. Summon Horus, 3 Venus and 2 Mars Jinn are needed. This summon is, it's okay. It's just, it's not really that powerful, but I'll show it off eventually. Alrighty. So now that we are up here in northern Angara, let's head to this island right here for our next side quest. To do this, let's head all the way up. Okay, let's kill these things. Alt Island. We get the awesome music back again. And that is a Mercury gem. If you want to cross the glaciers of the Northern Sea, you'll need magma balls. They come from volcanoes, but the best place to get them is Magma Rock to the south. Interesting. The people of Loho have a legendary weapon called a cannon that fires magma balls. They're supposed to be how they cross the frozen wastes. It sounds like a tall tale. That information sounds useful. A long time ago, we used to trade with a village named Prox to the north of us, but the sea freezes in winter, and over time, it just became impossible to get over there. Let's look inside the stove. Oven. There's cultic stew made with lamb meat and potatoes. Looks pretty tasty, if you like boiled meat. Oh, we have an apple. Here, let's use catch on it. And with this apple, let's use on Felix, because Felix with the very high attack is a really good thing to have. So let's move along up. Let's climb this ladder. Climb this. And now, we have a new friend. Pierre's found the Mercury gel. Just gonna check the gin. Okay, this goes with Pierre's. So, gel's ability weakens a foe's attack. And Pierre's goes from a captain to an admiral. So, now we're done with Cult Island. Okay. Where should we go next? Oh, there is... There are 2 Jinn to get on the Hesperia continent, so let's go get them. So, heading through the river and wade around. And the Jinn should be right here, in this area. We could have gotten this like much earlier, but I completely forgot, and I kind of opted to get a Salt in Contigo instead. But, let's see. Oh, that Secret Feather. Okay, should be here. And that is not it. There it is. Venus gem. Actually, let's see Geode, and then Shine, Whirl, and Gel. Whirl's ability instantly kills an enemy. So Whirl was the Djinn that instant kills. I kind of mixed the Djinn up, but Isaac found the Venus Djinn Petra. Petra's ability is pretty useful, but I'm just gonna check. Okay, Petra, Assault, and Geode. Petra, Assault, and Geode. So we never got a chance to... Actually, let's give Geo to Isaac, actually. We're gonna change his class from a Lord to a Slayer. Then we're gonna give Petra to Felix. So Petra's ability turns a foe to stone. It's the exact same ability that paralyzes an enemy for 1 round. So it is exactly like the ground Djinn. The same effect, and now it's Felix's. So it's pretty useful. Now let's get the other Djinn. I'm gonna check one more thing, see where it's at. Okay, so this is where Cora was, on Ateca. So it should be here on Hesperia. There it is, okay. This is the Hesperia Settlement. You must be very brave to come all the way here by boat. For a continent as desolate as this one, there sure have been a lot of boats here recently. There's our new friend. Let us go meet him. There's a place called Shaman Village in the middle of the continent. Supposedly, one of the rivers leads to it. I have no idea which one, though. I do. The people of Shaman villages are very wary of strangers. Be careful if you ever meet them. Okay, there's nothing here. I'm just gonna check your room. Nothing. That's fine. Okay, so we have a little growth plant here. So let's use growth. Now we need to push this down. I'm gonna save state, just in case. Save state. That was not it. So, load state. What was this side? Ah, thank God for save states. Like, this would be a lot painful if I was playing a Game Boy Advance. Okay, now move the crate 1 step to the right. Then climb here. This guy will not fight us. Garrett found the Mars Djinn Tinder. Nice. So, Tinder's ability revives a downed ally. Pretty nice. And then Garrett's class will change from champion to hero. Oh, also, Garrett's heat wave ability evolves to liquefier, which is also really good. I'm just gonna check Garrett's Djinn. Oh, so core Tinder shine. More shine. So we're gonna trade Tinder for shine. Alright, that's good. I will be switching party members right now, but I just want to check here. Nice. Coins, not that much, but whatever. Okay, there's nothing here. So that does it for the Djinn here. Okay, where else should I go? Okay, I want to do this later. Go back to Shaman Village. And I do want to head down here, because I think this is probably the last place on the Western continent we can go. So I'm gonna waste a lot of PP doing this, but that's fine. And we'll just coast along Gaia Falls as we head to our next little pit stop. Okay, here it is. So let's head on off, head all the way to the left. Okay, so let's actually change party members for a change. Felix, Jenna, Shiva, Piers, go to the back. So now we have our party members here. And I just realized that Garrett doesn't have equipment on. That's okay. He could use synergy. Or actually, let's give him the K-sword. I will equip him with a better weapon afterwards. But personally, I don't recommend equipping the cursed armor just yet. Because here, the southwest Ateca Islet. Sea west of here spills over a massive waterfall. You really start to appreciate the grandeur of nature if you could see that. I can tell you. There's nothing to the west here, and it's really dangerous. You shouldn't go that way. We will go that way. Okay. So, head down here, then push this stump into the water. Then head up here. Also, let's use lift on this rock. And now here, so the game kind of is somewhat generous in regards to if you did not transfer clear data over, because if you didn't do that, and I've said before that Isaac's party will not have all of the Jinn, but the Lost Age will be nice to us. They will provide 1 Jinn of each element for you to recapture. So the Mars Jinn would probably be here hanging out, and you can get that Jinn back. But I do recommend just getting clear data and just get all your Jinn back anyway. But there will be a Mars Jinn here to hang out from Golden Sun 1 if you want to get that Jinn back into your party. Just something for your information. Okay, so let's head on down and get this item. Another dragon skin. Okay. So we are done here. Now we have the OG Golden Sun music with Isaac's party. Oh, how dare you. Okay. Well, let's use our favorite revival Jinn. Let's see. Shine. Ivan, you're gonna defend. Okay. So the last thing we want to pick up is right here. We were here before, but we were unable to get the item right there. Okay, I'm actually going to use a Sacred Feather. Okay, it was not there. It might have been south from here. Okay, that was not it. Okay, it might have been right there. That's fine. We can restore our power points because I have side crystals to use. We have a lot of them actually. Here we are. So gaze into the pond. There's something in the shallows. A rusty sword to Isaac. Okay. Long sword needs to be reforged. Alrighty. So I think this is the high point where I am going to call it a night for stream. So we've done a lot on today's stream. I'm very excited and happy about. We finally lit the Jupiter Lighthouse. And next time, I think we're gonna start over in Yalom. And then we're gonna synthesize a lot of this equipment, kind of heal our power points, equip Garrett with some armor and weapons. And then next time we're gonna go back to Shaman Village as part of our final side quest tour, and then we're gonna continue the game and head to or actually, I won't tell you just yet. You'll have to find out for yourself next time. We'll finish up with side quests. We'll refine some weapons and synthesis materials, and then we will continue on with the game from there. So we have a little bit of ways to go, maybe like 2 more streams until this game is finished, but I'm very excited to continue on. So I will see you all next week. So I will link my social media in the chat, a YouTube channel where you could find these VODs on YouTube, and our little Discord community. So this was fun. I'm really excited. I will be on Tuesday and Wednesday. I will be working on an art print for the Owl House, because I'm very excited. The Owl House the second half of season 2 is coming up, and I want to finish that up. And then next Friday we're gonna continue on with Golden Sun 2 as we get very close to the end game, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you all. It's gonna be fun and exciting, and stay tuned. So thanks for watching, following, lurking, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.